eventually. Once we are live, and welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode number 58, being recorded on October 23rd, 2018. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we'll make arbitrary decisions on topics about science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Welcome to this week. We are joined by the fabulous Silas.
Oh, hi.
And the insightful Matt. And the first topic on for tonight is what happens when a rocket does not take you to space? As it does for the Soyuz crew that may have to make an emergency landing this last week.
Is Matt there?
I don't know. Is he just dead? I think he's gone.
He froze. The insightful Matt is not happening right now.
He's not
insightful right now. I started to read this, and I didn't know that cosmonauts were still a thing.
Well, I mean, that's what Russians call astronauts, so...
Oh.
I
was working on that joke all afternoon.
You're a cosmonaut.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a fancy word for a communist, but now I recognize I was wrong.
I mean, you're pretty close. I mean, sure.
In some regards, possibly.
So I just thought this was a fascinating story because this happened on Thursday, October 11th, and a Soyuz mission carrying two people launched from Kazakhstan, and they it was like a minute and a half into the launch, right when the outer rockets are supposed to separate from the rest of the rocket. There was apparently a failure, and the rocket basically initiated the abort sequence, and
interesting.
And the rocket basically exploded or blew up or went away, and the astronauts ended up following the escape route back to Earth, and basically took the shortest trip to space I think that any astronaut has ever taken.
Oh wow! But they got right into outer space and then left.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's a world record. They should be proud.
I mean, I think they broke more than just that as a record, because I'm pretty sure they're probably the first people ever to come back from an exploded rocket.
Huh. Well, there's a first for everything, I guess.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Welcome back, Matthew.
Nope.
No?
Matt.
The insightful Matt. Welcome back.
What?
Welcome back, the insightful Matt.
Okay.
We're talking about the Soyuz mission that blew up and had the astronauts return to Earth.
Well, they lived, so we're going to chalk that up as a win.
Yeah. Thumbs up for protocols working.
Thumbs up for space, though.
Thumbs up for space.
Thumbs up for space.
Well, they did not go to space that day.
I mean, they got pretty damn close, though. And then maybe they just touched space and then immediately turned around and were like, nope, we're out of here.
This feels weird. I'm out.
I was just saying, these got to be like, I mean, how, as cool as it is to say you've gone to space, I mean, how many people are ever going to be able to say, I was on a rocket that blew up?
I survived a rocket that blew up right outside outer space.
Yeah.
So would that be considered on the outskirts of inner space?
Genius.
No. I wish I had like a cricket soundboard.
Yeah, we should look at investing all the money that people have been mailing us to councilcast@gmail.com in a soundboard.
We ever get our tweets back?
Oh, no, I'm going to put that on my to-do list, though.
Our Twitter is still out, so if you're trying to find us on Twitter, you will have to search on some other platform.
Well, we ought to just move to Instagram with all the cool kids.
Oh, we should start an Instagram. It'll just be the CouncilCast logo that we post every time that we go live. We're live again. Here's a link. I like it. That's a good idea. Good idea.
Very nice. Very nice.
Insightful Matt strikes again.
I like the thumbs up. I'm sticking with the thumbs up on this.
I still maintain thumbs up for space.
This is pretty dang cool. Speaking about going into space, though, I mean, while they were there, they probably could have captured some space junk if they had this giant net.
Thumbs up for space.
Next topic.
So
is this like a literal net, or are they like some gravitation? Is this like a tractor beam or something?
Nah, I think this is like an actual net, man.
Interesting.
They actually, it's a British satellite, and they actually tested it, where they captured something in space, some space junk, I'm assuming. And
they're the CubeSats?
No, this is called the Remove Debris Satellite.
Why is it talking about CubeSats then?
They might have captured a CubeSat.
Oh.
As a test or something. I mean, this is actually a pretty big deal for a lot of people. The guys who track a lot of the objects in space they talk about currently tracking around 8,000 objects in orbit around Earth, which is quite a bit of things. So even though you can't just look up and like immediately see satellites up there. Satellites are up there, and there's a lot of them, and there are certain spaces that certain satellites have to occupy. And as satellites die or go rogue or just break, like the pieces that are left there are still occupying that space, and they can't put something else into that orbit. So, so actually, this is kind of it's I think been a thing that people have been talking about for a while. You know, like the screwdrivers that an astronaut might have dropped while they were working outside or something, like that just becomes this thing in space moving at like
how big of
100,000 miles an hour.
How big of objects can they track? Like, can they track the screwdriver that astronaut dumbass dropped?
I think that they
let go of, dropped. Is that even really the correct term? Lost track of. How small can they go? What about the screw?
Tic Tac.
I'm pretty sure something like a size of a screwdriver would probably be trackable. I think anything much smaller than that, like if you're talking screws or something, probably not going to track that.
Not sure if you're talking out your ass or not.
I am pretty sure they can track a lot of things.
How small space junk track?
So are they worried that the said screwdriver is going to run into another satellite?
Yeah, exactly.
And destroy it?
Yeah. As of July 5th, 2016, the United States Strategic Command tracked a total of 17,852 artificial objects in orbit above Earth, including 1,419 operating satellites. However, these are just objects large enough to be tracked. As of July 13, more than 170 million debris smaller than 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter is pretty damn small.
I want to see.
What do you think the odds are?
We can track.
What do you think the odds are of a screwdriver successfully navigating a satellite field?
Well, it wouldn't be doing any navigating.
I think it'd be like 3,720 to 1.
Stars. 42.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, that's pretty cool that they made this.
Here you go. 2017, a new sensor being sent to the International Space Station this week. As of when was this article? Something 11th December 2017. This week is going to help scientists track the amount of tiny space debris in orbit. Sensor will be able to detect pieces of debris as small as 0.05 millimeters across.
That's really small.
About the width of a grain of sand. From the ground, we can detect anything smaller than 10 centimeters.
Yeah, about 4 inches you can see stuff from Earth telescopes, it looks like. So 4 inches falls within a screwdriver size. So if they have to have a separate thing up there, it sounds like, to track the even smaller stuff.
Well, it makes sense that you'd be able to track smaller objects from like within space itself because you don't have any distortion from the atmosphere.
So I mean, obviously some of these things will eventually fall out of orbit because they don't have anything keeping them there. Gravity will eventually pull them in, but that's still a lot
their
of
orbit
shit.
will just decay, right?
Yeah. But I mean, they could, like you said,
they won't.
another satellite.
Their orbits won't decay in a short enough time for it to not pose a hazard to launches.
I don't know. Launches, I'm not sure about.
There's actually a picture of damage to a thing by space junk on this article I'm looking at.
So I think this is a pretty cool idea. I mean, actually, this satellite, they talk about a couple different ways they're testing up there. They've got this deployable net that they can shoot at objects to pick it up, but they apparently also have a gigantic spear that they can just harpoon objects.
They're just gonna a gigantic spear.
So
they also have a sail that can apparently slow down debris and make it fall to Earth much faster. So
here you go. Check this out.
What am I looking at?
Do you see it?
Holy shit. That's a giant hole.
I mean, at whatever scale that is. I don't know.
It's probably like 1,000x.
So yeah,
that's the inside of?
That was a hole punched by space debris on some NASA mission.
Yikes.
Huh.
There's a...
Well, that would not be fun.
So how many space convicts volunteered to go pick up trash up there? None, apparently.
What's that?
How many space convicts volunteered to pick up space junk?
Oh, I mean, if I were a convict, I'd totally go pick up space junk. I'd pick
How
up.
many years of community service?
I might pick up space junk as a non-convict.
Well, that's cool that they're, Captain Planet is saving outer space now. So good for him.
Thumbs up for you know what?
Space.
Thumbs up for space.
Thumbs up for space, indeed.
So something that might be the size of your thumb is the new Palm phone.
Well, that doesn't make sense. I need to look this up.
I'm already. I was over this thing whenever whoever linked it last week.
Yeah, I know we did talk about this a little bit last week, but I just thought this was still an interesting concept. But
it doesn't. Yeah, I don't understand.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It's a small phone you can buy and basically attach to your existing phone and phone number on Verizon. And
what?
Yes. So
it's not a phone. It's an attachment phone.
Well, it is a phone. It's a phone on its own, but it shares the same phone number as your regular phone. And the idea is that you're going out and you're maybe you're like a physically active person and you're like, I want to go for a bike ride, but I also don't want to strap my $1,000 slab of glass to my handlebars on my phone to listen to music while I'm biking. So this is a phone that can still,
So I can buy a phone and then I can buy a shittier phone and pay for another line so that I can. Why? Why?
So why wouldn't I just line? It gets added on like a smartwatch does. It's an extra $10 a month.
Why wouldn't I just carry insurance on my device for $5 a month?
That makes way more sense.
Because even then, you would still be out of your phone for a couple days until you got your new one.
This is a good counter argument.
And I'm criticizing this, but if I were still biking a lot, I could see why I might like it.
I see the pluses to it. The hardest thing I have is that it's a little too expensive.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's, I think, $350 for this add-on phone.
But think about it. You probably wouldn't be replacing the add-on phone all that often.
True.
I just think that the watch makes way more sense now that I have.
If you want to have a watch, like the problem is Google hasn't pushed an Android watch yet, or a Pixel watch yet. I thought they were going to this year. I don't want any of the watches that anybody else is making because I think they look like garbage.
Can you call with the watch by itself? Can you call
the new iPhone, the new Apple Watch 4? You can,
because they have like eSIMs or SIM cards in them, right?
Yes. Yep. So you can do, and then especially if you hook it up with Bluetooth to your earbuds or whatever that you're biking with or jogging with, then you have your phone and you can track your run and you can do everything that you would with your phone. You just don't have to bring your phone.
But this was only on Verizon, right?
This is only on Verizon.
Right.
And it's technically only
it doesn't matter.
Android.
I don't have Verizon, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I like the idea. I mean, I think you're right, Silas. It's exactly like a smartwatch. If the smartwatch can do phone calls and texting,
if you want to have
your same number,
if you want to have like a PDA style thing, that's an additional thing to your phone. I feel like it needs to have some other gimmick besides just being a smaller phone for it to like really catch on.
Sure.
I don't know what that is. I mean, the watch seems to be that for me. Like I could see myself eventually upgrading to having an additional line so that my watch was everything without needing my phone around me all the time. But
in that case, does that watch share the same number as your base phone, or does it have its own number? Really? Huh.
Yeah. In that situation, but the watch that I have is the Apple Watch 1, so it's the first generation.
It still needs the phone connection.
Still needs the phone. Doesn't all the things aren't quite worked out right. Like sometimes notifications.
Oh, you got an Apple Watch 1?
Yeah, it came through insurance that I had.
They didn't give you Apple Watch, the newer ones.
No, but it was like $75 for me and Kayla to get a watch. Not $75 a person, $75 total for 2 watches, which is stupid cheap.
Yeah.
So I was
see, that's the thing. $75, but this phone is $350. That's not so worth it to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. The price is too high and its functionality is not that much different than a phone. So it's like,
I'm curious to see how much it gets sold and whether people find it useful or not.
Yeah.
It seems silly at first glance to be like, I'm going to buy this $350 phone to go along with my $1,000 phone because reasons.
I mean, if it was like $100 to $150, maybe even $200, I could kind of justify.
I don't know. I take my phone with me on when I go on a bike ride. Pixel goes in the little pouch thing.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a lot of bike riding is one of them. Another one could be just going to the beach, or maybe you're going somewhere.
So like if you're gonna run, maybe somebody doesn't want to carry their huge bulky phone because phone's gotten big.
So you want to strap a tablet to your arm or something while you run.
Well, what I would see being more useful would be something that other things that we are using all the time. If you wanted something so you can make calls and you could send and receive text messages, I would say that you could get away with headphones that are LTE enabled that also carry your phone number. So you just need headphones that are LTE enabled. You don't have to have your phone around. You can make phone calls.
Is that a thing?
No, but it should be. Or glasses.
I don't like running with headphones.
Here are my pitches already for Elon Musk tonight.
Well, don't pitch it now.
Save them now.
Okay, I'll save them. I'll save them for the end. But I have a couple here.
I get the idea. I think it's an interesting one. I don't know if I would necessarily use it, but I could definitely see it for people who are like avid outdoors people who are, if they're running or hiking or being boating a lot or canoeing or something like that, where they just don't want to carry a $1,000 phone that can very easily get ruined in whatever activity they're doing. But I give it a thumbs down because it's way too expensive.
Yeah, give it that thumbs down.
Yes.
Matt cares so little, he's not going to give it any thumbs.
I don't know, man. I'm going to thumbs down, probably.
With gusto.
Speaking of extra add-on devices, it's John Hancock, who is a life insurance company, is offering now discounts if you get a basically a fitness tracker, like a smartwatch or Fitbit or something like that, on their insurance plans.
I'm hoping this trickles down. I am all about discounts on insurance for activity tracking, but the downside would be you take it one step further and you pay a premium for not yeah.
So you interesting you brought that up, because the original article about this was that there was some confusion where they thought that they were offering it to people only if you signed up for the fitness tracker. So you had to have a fitness tracker in order to get life insurance, basically.
Oh.
But now they're saying no, it's actually just a discount. So
I mean, which is fine. They do. It's not far off what the insurance companies. Is it Progressive that does give you the thing and you drive with it in your car, and if you don't drive like a maniac, you get a discount. Yep. It can't hurt your rates. It can only help them. So if you do drive like a maniac, you just don't get a discount.
Which I guess is fair.
Yeah.
But I guess the only thing that I have concerns here, and I think it's the same thing with that driving tracker, is what's the privacy concerns here in terms of tracking people. And
I mean, it depends on the devices, right? Like the lame ass Fitbits don't really. Do they have GPSs and track your location and stuff? I don't think so, right?
If you get the smartwatch one, if you get like just the wristband one, that's just a tracker only, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly have an issue with them tracking like steps and general movement activity. Although it would be kind of interesting to see people put together like if you could get at that data depending on the movement activity, could you tell where someone went?
Well, that's just it. Is this asking you to sync your Fitbit tracker to their app or something so that they know that
it would have to be something like that.
Because
it would take certain pieces of data, I would expect. I don't know. I haven't read the article.
Ayla, for her insurance, she gets a discount if she owns a Fitbit or she owns a
just by owning one.
Just by saying, here's the receipt, I bought it.
See, I feel like that could be just enough because they're willing to take me at my word that I'm a non-smoker.
Mm-hmm.
So I think simply by owning something like the Fitbit or something like that, do you know what the discount is?
It doesn't say.
No, Silas.
Oh, it's hers is part of a bigger thing, so she gets a bigger disc. I can't remember exactly what the discount is, but it's like she has to do like 5 things throughout the year, and there's a list of like 20 things she can do, like running a half marathon was one of them, buying the fitness tracker, going to a seminar, like it's these health related things. So she does
I'm fully on board with discounts being dished out based off incentives.
Yeah.
Or things that you might have to do. Like
our insurance gives us a discount if we go to the gym. So we get a gym membership, and if you go 12 times a month, you get $20 off your gym membership, basically.
Off the gym membership.
Yes.
That wouldn't entice me to go.
No, but if you're already planning to go, it might entice you to go more often to get your discount.
I mean, I guess, but
if you're already going like twice a month, you'd be like, shit.
You have to already want a gym membership.
True.
I really think though that pushing for preventative health is a good thing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's completely fine.
I just wish that they would do it in bigger ways than saying, oh, well, here's a fitness tracker and you get a discount on your health insurance.
Well, most insurance plans allow one, or I mean, I guess I shouldn't say most. My insurance plan allows one preventative care visit a year and it's free.
Yeah, I think a lot of them do.
They do that, but they don't support all preventative health measure.
It's just like a general checkup that they cover.
Yeah.
I'm talking about things like like the Everlywell food test that we did. It's like, here are food sensitivities, and like looking into things that are a lot bigger than just, oh, turn your head and cough. Yep, you still have testicles. Nice job.
Gotcha.
And if they, like the Everlywell thing has a trickle down effect, right? Like Kayla was going to the doctor, let's say 8 times a year for big checkups to be like, why does my stomach hurt? Sort of things. And it ended up being food sensitivities. So after spending, I don't know, the $200 on this food test, she's basically stopped going to the doctor, and we don't have those bigger bills that insurance is having to pay for. But insurance did not want to pay for the food sensitivity test. We went to several doctors, and they're all like, sorry, we can't administer a test for you. Sorry, we're not going to go check and see if insurance will cover this for you. So we had to pay out of pocket for that. So this is my frustration. This is like both my, like what I love about what this is that they're moving towards an opportunity for more preventative health. But what is frustrating to me is that they're not doing it fast enough, and they're not doing it broad enough. So I'm confused about where my thumb should go.
Well, I'm going to take a step back here and talk about the issue of tracking and privacy here. That apparently Fitbit has actually helped law enforcement catch a killer.
Interesting.
In using Fitbits that don't actually have GPS tracking on them. There was one case relatively recently where they were using a Fitbit Alta, which is a wristband that can track your heart rate and steps. And what they found is that Fitbit gave the police the data that showed spikes in heart rate and movement activity at the time of the estimated time of the murder, basically, to help correlate that person being present.
I'm okay with that as long as it's obtained legally, like subpoenaed. Like, there's a reason subpoena powers exist.
It's like, we're going to break privacy to make sure that we are helping keep the community safe or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd be hard to actually, I mean, to be honest, somebody would have to be under suspicion already. They're not going to find out that they killed them just by saying, oh, here's somebody's data. Let's see.
Well, I mean, it would only be one piece of the larger puzzle that they're putting together.
Yep.
I mean, why wouldn't you want every piece of information you have where you're like, well, time of death is at this time, and like you have like an hour window or something, or you need somebody, it's even more precise.
I mean, time of death would be easy if everybody was wearing a Fitbit tracker that just tracked your heart rate and just could tell them when their heart rate stopped.
Great. Yeah. I mean, it would just be more evidence where it's like, I mean, it's sure it could just be circumstantial that this dude had a heart rate spike at exactly when the person was reported as being attacked.
Yeah, that
like
seems
he could have just been taking really bad poop. Yeah, but you wouldn't convict based just on that information. It would be with all the other information that they've got, where it's like, okay, well, a bunch of this small stuff really points to it being this guy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think I'm going to give this a thumbs up because I do like discounts and I wear my Fitbit every day, and it's really not that troublesome for me to do. So I like free money.
I don't know. I think I also want to give it a thumbs up, but I'm not sure how it will affect me.
I want to give it a thumbs down because I want to inspire them to work harder.
get that coveted thumbs up from.
If you want a thumbs up from Silas, you got to work harder.
Man, you work hard enough, and we may give you the double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up.
Double.
Well, apparently, I don't know. Maybe this will be enough to get a thumbs up from the Silas. But the Seattle Police Department had to shut down a road after a semi-truck unleashed its massive balls.
Great. just a bunch of steel ball bearings.
They dropped their balls of steel. They took a load of steel balls and
balls of steel.
I'm honestly not sure because they're talking about 2-pound grinding balls. So, I mean, these have got to be relatively small balls, like the size of 2 pounds isn't very much. But apparently they dumped
I can't listen to you say balls again.
44,000 pounds of steel.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of balls.
Did you ask Darren about this?
No, I didn't. We should have had him on as a guest.
He's invited every week, isn't he?
He is. I don't know, actually.
Oh, there's a video.
I want to watch the video of these balls.
So do I. Oh my God, they're hauling ass down the street. Can you imagine getting hit by one of these? Holy fucking shit. Dude, they're hitting cars and shit. Oh, it took something out. What is that?
Oh, buddy.
That would, oh my God.
What does it hit in the street there, right in that driveway? Because it smokes it. What is that?
It just looks like a piece of
It looks
plastic.
like it's probably a piece of that car.
Probably was.
Oh, yeah, what was that?
This is in Seattle.
How did this happen?
I have no idea.
It's just a piece of trash.
And how long was it going on for that they were able to get their cameras out?
It's unclear how the ball load got loose, but I would imagine it was.
Did you watch the video, Silas?
I did, yeah.
That's pretty nuts.
That just makes me sick for those people who are sitting there in their car, like,
oh yeah,
what do I do if I can't really get away from it?
I mean, what if that could probably break your leg if you were standing in the road?
Oh yeah, definitely it could have. And I bet I'd be scared too that it would take a wrong bounce, hit something, and because it has enough speed that it could have hit like a curb or something and bounced up and hit their windshield and busted that out.
Maybe it went right through it and hit them in the face too.
There's a possibility of that. There's a whole bunch of possibilities.
Yeah, that was a hell of a video.
I mean, that load of balls could have been launched on your face, and that would have hurt.
Thumbs up for this.
Man,
because that video was pretty legit. I hope nobody was hurt. Did it say anything?
It says nobody was hurt, just car injuries.
Yeah, I mean, you could have been wrecked by one of those. If it hit your ankle.
A kid playing out in the street might have been killed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it a thumbs down for somebody not securing their balls well enough.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up for a giant.
Always
man, there's just so many balls.
Secure your balls.
So anyway, this week in Elon Musk is Elon did not release balls. He is releasing his Tesla Quila.
Tesla Quila?
Apparently it is Tesla branded tequila.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you wanted to buy something else from this guy, he now has tequila for you.
Cool. I want to plug it into my flamethrower.
There you go. I think that would definitely work.
There's a video of here Pee Wee Herman doing the tequila dance.
So I guess he's basically promoting this as like merch for Tesla vehicles, basically.
Did he straight up take a stab at the SEC in this tweet?
Oh yeah.
Elon was found is this a tweet from Elon?
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking for it. Hold on. Yep. Elon was found passed out against the Tesla Model 3, surrounded by Tesla Tequila bottles. The tracks of dried tears still visible on his cheeks. This is not a forward-looking statement because obviously, what's the point? That's totally a dig.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Dude, I don't think you want to just taunt the people you had to give $20 million to.
Well, this happened before. This tweet is before.
Oh.
Yeah. This was on April 1st of this year.
Oh, okay. That was way before. Gotcha. Okay, so before any of that happened. In retrospect, it's funny.
I mean, he certainly has taken stabs at the SEC since getting his fine, so, you know.
Has he?
I don't know. He has, yeah, actually. What did he call them? He called them...
Why?
He gave the SEC a new name, basically.
Why?
God, what the hell was it?
Elon.
I mean, I'm gonna thumbs down this one.
Yeah.
I just whatever. I don't stop making stupid shit.
Now, if it had been vodka, I would have given that a thumbs up.
I don't remember. I can't find the tweet right now, but
did he say
bring on vote?
What you got, Blaine?
Vote.
Vote. That's right. Yes, my vote. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up because alcohol.
Oh, nice. Why not?
All right, bring on the pitches.
All right, Elon Musk pitches for the week. It sounds like Silas has one already, so let's hear it.
All right, Elon, we need some new tech gear, and you seem to be the man who makes weird shit.
Anything at all.
So here you go. No, like I was saying, if you have a phone, and then you have your counterpart device so that you don't always have to have your phone with you, because apparently we're all tired of carrying this thing around. It only took us 20 years to get tired of it, but now we're at that point. So the watch has already been established as an opportunity. I think that we need to have earbuds or headphones that you can take with you so you can go jogging, or even if you just want to go bike riding, or not carry your phone with you while you are headed to wherever. But it can do text messages and phone calls via voice commands. Not a whole lot else you can do with headphones, because most of the stuff that our apps built right now are visually represented on the screen, but I'm sure that app developers could make all kinds of cool stuff. Well, not just text and phone calls, it would also be able to sync directly to Pandora, or YouTube Music, or Spotify, or any of those things too. So the other one is glasses. Microsoft already has HoloLens, but they haven't really done a whole lot with it, which is really disappointing. So I think that if they were to create glasses that could project an image, everyone would just be wearing these glasses.
You know they made Google Glass, right?
They made Google Glass, and Google Glass was awful.
Into a glass hole.
It was dismal. But have you seen HoloLens and what HoloLens is capable of?
No.
HoloLens is able to, you can, it takes a 3D readout of the space that you're in, and then allows you to, like, say, I want to pull up YouTube, for instance. You can pin YouTube to a wall, and then you can stretch it so that it's the size of the wall, so that you have essentially a big screen TV in your living room. So it kind of works under the same premises the Oculus does, so that it's your eyes are able to see it through the lens that you're looking at, like it's actually fixed in a real space.
Yeah.
But you can pin it to the wall, and it has capabilities so that you can even leave the room and it's gone, and then you come back in and it's still on that wall. So it isn't far enough along that it can do that everywhere in the whole world. But if you map out your house, then it remembers stuff in your house. But if you were to have glasses that had capabilities of reading text messages and things, you could have a virtual phone that you carried with you, or a tablet, or whatever. But then it could also have built-in earbuds and things around the frame, so that you could have a microphone and you could talk to people, you could send text messages, you could do whatever you want. So there you go, Elon. Make us some headphones and glasses that are connected to our phone, but then we also don't need our phone around to use them. Good day, sir. I will be collecting my checks by you mailing them to CouncilCast@gmail.com.
All right.
Matt, do you have a topic? You have an idea?
Yeah, it's kind of related to Silas's, but better. That's it. You got it. Over. So I was thinking on the way home. I was doing a lot of thinking about. So like past week or so, I've been trying to figure out how to get my movie stuff set up. I know I posted about this earlier in Discord, and I got ripped apart by you stupid fucks. Because I recently digitized to lossless format all of my Blu-rays, and I was trying to find something that would direct stream them without, like, that would direct stream most of the formats without having to do any transcoding or anything. And I finally found an NVIDIA TV or an NVIDIA Shield TV that seems to work the best. It's worked really well so far. I haven't had any issues, whereas I was having issues with all the Plex clients and all these other devices and shit. But where I'm going with this is I'm tired of my tiny ass 110-inch peasant sized screen. I would like Elon with his SpaceX technology to launch a real big screen to space.
Yes.
That I can just like, project whatever movie I want onto. He'll have to launch the projector too, because I don't think mine's powerful enough to reach that.
Should he use the space ladder or whatever it was?
The space elevator?
The space elevator.
I don't have that technology yet.
Okay.
But the good news is this this screen that he launches could double as junk catching net. I don't think that it would impact my image very much
because of how big it's going to be.
So then I could either move my speakers outside to watch the orbiting space screen, or if he wants to be so bold, he could also launch speakers, but not to space because the sound wouldn't. They can't hear you scream in space.
Bluetooth
so I assume
speakers.
I assume that because you can't be heard, the sound wouldn't work very good.
So wait, if you can't be heard in space,
it would be like a global drive-in, or at least like one hemisphere drive-in. It'd be gret. And everybody, awesome. Everybody towards the sides of the hemisphere would have really bad viewing angles.
Well, they just have different screening times.
No, it's geostationary orbit.
Oh,
my house specifically, right above it.
There you go. I like it. A big space screen.
Thumbs up for space.
A space screen with a Bluetooth speaker.
we sent the screen
broadcast over FM. That's all. AM.
We skimped out and just put a sound bar on
it. So
good
before I give my topic, I just want to say I did find the Elon Musk tweet, and he said he said, quote, I'm assuming, I mean, he's missing some words here. I'm assuming he says, just want to say that the Short Seller Enrichment Commission is doing incredible work.
He called the SEC the short seller enrichment
commission. Yes.
So he's taking stabs at them post settlement.
I think this was between when he started investigating, but this was between him getting sued and before he got his actual
settlement. Has he done anything post settlement? Because that would be incredibly stupid.
I'm not sure.
Not yet. Just wait till next week.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Elon Musk fucked it up again.
I mean, he did joke about buying Fortnite last week, so
yeah, I saw that.
Somebody had to. Anyway, my topic, my pitch for Elon tonight is that kind of going along with this phone theme is that he should make a phone that but the phone, actually, it's going to be branded a Tesla phone, just like Tesla Quila.
Okay.
And
people would buy the shit out of this thing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a phone, but it's in the shape of a miniature little car, like a Tesla car. So it's either a mini Model X, 3, or X, right?
I mean, all of this seems like what it actually would be. So far, so good.
Yep. So he makes this little phone, and then he sells the phone for, I don't know, like anywhere from like $35,000 to $150,000 or whatever. Okay. So you buy the phone.
Will we eventually get a $35,000 phone?
You'll buy a $35,000 phone
Okay.
that's in the shape of a little car, and then when you buy the phone, you get delivered a car along with it. The car comes free.
Oh, why?
Because then he can say he sells phones.
Here's the real question: can the phone use the supercharger network?
Yes.
So it can supercharge?
You can supercharge your phone in your car.
Second.
Yeah, like you gesture with a knife
in your car. What's that? Yeah, I'm gesturing with a knife.
Yeah, it'll charge in like 2 seconds, I think. You plug it in the phone. The phone like.
Can you do the calculation? How fast would your phone? How fast would my Pixel 2 XL charge if I could plug it into a supercharger and it charged at the rate at like a Model 3 charges at?
I mean,
instantaneously?
It would blow up your phone.
Yes, that's the answer is that it would blow up your phone because
no, there's no blow ups. We're just
the phone
based on capacity.
Instantaneously.
I mean, yeah, it would pretty much be instantaneous.
It would be an instantaneous charge.
Yes. I mean, your phone though would blow up because there would be so much current that it could not handle it.
Electricity, man, how does it work?
But I think this was a great idea. I mean, he's already doing it. He can sell some merch. You can get around the dealerships.
You get a free car with the purchase of this $35,000 phone.
Because get this, so he could actually show up. He could set up these little like mobile phone store shops instead of selling Teslas and running into issues with dealerships. He can set up mobile phone stores and he sells
in the mall.
I see where you're going.
And in the parking lot, he has all the cars, and then he just gives them out for free.
This is a great idea. I'm 100% behind this.
You can't do a test drive because you're just buying a phone.
Amazing.
Oh, but there's a contract associated with it too, isn't there, for the phone plan? Or is he selling the phones through, like, already established?
The phones work on the 3G connections that come in the cars.
Oh, nice.
It's actually a $10 add-on to your Verizon plan.
Great.
Well, with that, Council is adjourned.
All right. Thanks for joining us for this week on the CouncilCast. This meeting is now adjourned. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Tonight on YouTube, and we record this podcast live on Tuesdays. You can join us each week, and if you want to hear about any topics or get decisions on any topics that you would like to hear more about, email councilcast@gmail.com or find us on Facebook or not the Twitter yet. Thanks for listening.
I can't wait until most of the things that we discuss are user submitted.
And goodbye.
Me too.